Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another small exploration land vehicle. This one is called the Yurei MK2 Scout Off-Road Vehicle, which is, well, this lovely thing sitting right behind me. So this is a dual cockpit vehicle that you see has an auto cannon on top for a bit of defense. It's got all the basics you need for survival mode to go out and about and scouting all patches, and of course to drive around for a nice long time before needing to return back to your base. And I believe I have done a showcase on a different version of this vehicle in the past. So press F10, find in the support menu, get rid of the Mark II, and there it is down there. Yes, I remember that one, the Yurei Safari RS, and of course this one that we're looking at today, the off-road scouting vehicle. So the scouting vehicle is 280 small blocks using a couple of the DLC packs and no mods. We see at the top here it says it's a small grid off-road scouting vehicle, and of course there's his actual block count, there's his PCU, and of course all the stuff that's included in the vehicle. If we come all the way down to the bottom, we can see the exact features of this vehicle. So we've got the automatic parking, recharge and refill, automatic power restore with the hydrogen engine, the automatic hydrogen restore with the O2H2 generator, we've got the autocannon turret programmable block with nothing going on with it, we've got cameras front and back, beacons, antenna or detector, a broadcast controller, a gyroscope for automatically rolling the vehicle over if you end up on your roof, we've got lights all the way around this thing to make it very easy to work at night, and of course a refill station to give yourself a little recharge on your adventure. And there is of course a shielded version if you want to have that. But for now, give this thing a thumbs up, go around towards the very front, have a look around the outside, we'll go drive around for a bit, see how it handles, and what I will mention, after testing this thing around, it handles bloody well, going at high speeds. I got to about 80 meters per second, before driving off a cliff, and well, you can presume what happens after that. Here we are for the very front, and this is what we get. So, as you can see, what we've got to drive this thing around are two flush cockpits, both with the same controls, and can both just drive around, so it doesn't matter if you're in an emergency, just hop into any of these, and off you go. Right in front of that, we've got our hydrogen engine to give it a nice bit of power. We've got these creamy steel blocks with a bit of white, just to make up the main bulk of this vehicle, to give it that overall great design. Moving down here slightly, just in front of the hydrogen engine, we've got some barred window blocks, just adding a small grille, got two spotlights to light up the area, then a lovely black neon tube from bumper, basically, for you to slam into stuff, with an ore detector right behind it. Moving around onto the side, turning on my lights. There we go, we now see the side of our flush cockpit. We see some greys of the armoured panels in the grey and that creamy colour once again. We see our turret on top. We also see our working light on the side, which was mentioned on the Steam Workshop page, where we can flick it on in the cockpit, just to make a nice light area around you to do work at night. Towards the back, there's a spare wheel, very handy if you do accidentally lose one. We've got some more black neon tubes, go around the very back there, just holding it in place. At the very back of this vehicle, here's your access for your container. So if I grab on my character, come all the way up to it. Open it up. Go inside, which is like inside connector, and store stuff inside if you want to do that. But as you can see there, that sheer amount of seeds was enough to weigh down the vehicle. And we're closing that up. Back in free camera. And here we go. So yes, we see above that connector our camera to help reverse this thing up. Over on the side is our programmable block with nothing set up on there. But it does have one of the LCD screens set up with your power and hydrogen usage. Of course, got two lights, acting as your brake lights, and a little access panel down to here. Then move around onto the side, a spare little seat for a passenger to come along with you. Let's come all the way around towards the very back there. There's the battery sitting right up there. There's your refill station, and towards this side. There we go. Moving all the way up and looking down, there is of course an air vent stuck in auction for surrounding areas to fill up your tanks automatically, so you don't have to waste any kind of precious ice. Yes, up to here on your hydrogen engine, there's a top-mounted camera, a little LCD screen telling you in meters per second. There's your two flush cockpits, two more lights sitting on top of your black neon tubes. There's your turret looking all the way down. Towards the back, hydrogen tanks, oxygen tanks, and of course to the side of your battery with another access panel on top. There's your rear camera. Then moving all the way down underneath this thing. There we go. That's all we can see, so it'll be very well covered up by some armoured panels. And of course we can see how our suspension has been protected up by some steel blocks, by some beam blocks. And well, that's basically it for the outside for the Yurei MK2 Scout Off-Road Vehicle. And for what it is, it looks bloody glorious how it's been set up, should be very good in survival mode for what's got on here, and should last a nice long time in your adventure. But for now, I'm going to grab on my character, come all the way up to this, hop inside, doesn't matter which copy we get, so here we are on that one, we out into this one, and there we are. So realigning that, we've got our controls with number 1 being our parking brakes on and off, our top mount camera to get a good view of what's going on ahead of us, and of course the rear camera to help reverse this thing up. Number 4 is then your auto flip gyroscopes, pressing this, but then automatic flip over, very useful, like I said earlier, if you end up on your roof. Number 6 and number 7 is to control the height of the vehicle, to raise and to lower it, then 8 and 9 is for your turret to manage your controllers, and of course to turn it on and off. Onto tab number 2, we then got lights on and off, which could be your brake lights at the back there, and the ones at the front. Then we've got number 2 for our working lights on the side there, so at night, there we go, we now get a very clear view all around this thing. We are doing some work, say on vehicle or on a nearby structure. Turn that all back on, bring the sunlight back around. There we go. We've got our antenna on and off, our beacon on and off, then our ore detector on and off, ground bound going for ore patches. On to number 3, we've got turrets once again to make it target your target locked. Number 2 is to take over it once again. Number 3 is to change its targeting system so we can make it target weapons, which is what I prefer at the end of the day. And then once again, number 4 is to turn it on and off. Just relining that, there we go. So now it's time to drive this thing around. So moving forward, bear in mind there is no speed limit on the wheels, so we are going to be able to go up to 100 meters per second. If I don't, like when I did when testing this thing, go off a cliff. Here we go, into the distance, heading towards that outpost right over there. And that once again, and here we go. Yes, we do have gyroscopes on here, so we can just move this around in mid-air if you want to do that. Help you realign the vehicle if you are going to have a dodgy landing. And of course, the first person view looking around here, hopefully avoiding any kind of trees. We see our power, hydrogen, artificial horizon, meters per second on the front LCD screen. And then not too much else. Yes, going along here. That's going to look like a dodgy area. Basically the area that I lost my wheels when testing this thing out. So hopefully this goes a little bit better this time. Yes, it did. Up and away we go. And we are very slowly getting towards that little outpost. Landing down here, being very careful. There we go. Looks like I lost one of the batteries. I lost the connector at the back there. We still have the medium cargo container in the middle there. Still fine and dandy. And I have... Oh, I was going to say I had lost my gyroscope, but it does not seem like I have. I can still wiggle it around. Did lose a lot of control right there. I can still drive this thing around. And well, it's still perfectly fine at the end of the day. Yes, if you are playing sensibly, and if you do impose a speed limit, this thing will be bloody excellent in survival mode, because you won't be able to go up to the speed that makes it dangerous to drive around. And as you can see here, while I was checking the first person view, is yes, we are very limited on power, and it does flick quite a lot while driving around. And there we are, there's the signal from earlier, so it's a little tiny outpost, and I'm starting to lose control. But other than that, it's a fantastic little vehicle to use in the world. In fact, what I am going to do now is make it night time. So when I approach this base, come all the way up to it with a massive flashing light. In fact, I've got to turn that off for the moment. I come up to this. Stop it. Turn on the working lights. Now you hop out here, do a bit of work on this building, and it should be all nice and safe without any kind of wolves trying to sneak up on you. Yes, as I was saying, it's a fantastic little vehicle to use in your world. You want to have an exploration rover that might give you an epileptic fit if you do lose the battery on the back there. Yes, in the long run, in survival mode, should be bloody good for just going out and scouting for ore patches, or for scouting a general area of any kind of dangers before rolling up your big, expensive vehicle. That might be a bit of a pain in the ass to actually repair up if it did take damage. So be linked to a description below to check out the player yourself. Highly recommend you do. I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.